Hi, my name is Amy Carroll. As a communication coach and trainer, one of the skills I work on with my clients is something called effective listening or active listening, what I like to call active interruption. When you use this skill effectively, you'll be able to interrupt someone in a way that they won't be offended or annoyed, and sometimes they won't even notice you've done it. And frankly, there's times when we need to interrupt people. For example, maybe the person is speaking so fast it's overwhelming, and you need to interrupt them in order to capture what they're saying. Another possibility, maybe you need to interrupt them because they're derailing the conversation, and you need to bring them back on point. Or another possibility is you simply need to hop on a conference call, and you've got to interrupt them to let them know. There's very many valid reasons for interrupting, so only use a skill when there's a justified reason. The problem is that often we're not confident that we're going to do it well, and so what do? We suffer in silence. Well, in a minute, I'm going to invite my friend T to come over and to tell me a story so I can demonstrate how this works. While I'm doing this, I want you to listen for the following steps. While she's speaking, I'm going to do verbal and nonverbal listening. Nonverbal listening will include things like this: nodding, facial movements, yeah, maybe extending my hand. The verbal part, you'll hear me say things like, yeah, I see, right, got it. Notice these are 3 syllables or less, 1 or 2 syllables ideally. If I say to T, I understand, that's 4 syllables. She's actually probably, you could feel like I've interrupted her, I've talked over her. So keep the words short. Next step, before T even finishes her story, I'm going to interrupt her. And the way I do this is by using her name. And I use it with something called the downward inflection. I say, T. The problem is many of us want to ask it with a question mark where we're asking permission. If I say T, even a nice person like T might not let me interrupt them. So you've got to do it with a strong downward inflection. T. Some people think that that sounds rude. Well, if you're doing it with too much energy, you're right, it would be. So you do it nice and slow and calmly. Now, what's important is the place where I'm actually asking permission to interrupt is right after I say her name. I say T, and then I pause. And this is giving her a moment to decide, do I let Amy interrupt me or not? Now, if she doesn't, and she keeps talking, I don't do this, T, 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 T. She keeps talking, then I go right back to, I see, right, got it. And then slowly, T. Now, I don't know what T's actually going to do. She may or may not let me interrupt her. We'll see how it goes. The third step is when the person stops speaking, you want to be ready. And you got to jump in just after that pause so you can summarize what you heard them say. This is a step many of us miss because often we're so busy thinking about what we want to say or a question we have that we forget this essential step. That's a missed opportunity. Summarizing has at least 3 benefits I know of. 1, if the person misspoke and you summarize, they can correct themselves. If you misunderstood, they can correct you. Finally, if they're emotionally upset or they're stressed, or if you're about to disagree with them, you summarize first. Because they've heard their words fed back to them, it becomes a form of empathy, and it's likely to have a calming effect on them. So don't miss that step. All right, let's watch. This is my friend T.
Hi, Amy. Hello, everyone.
All right, so T, this is what I'm going to have you do. I want you to tell me a juicy story.
Okay.
And I want you to tell it kind of fast.
Yeah.
Almost with a little bit of panicked energy. Because if you tell it at a normal speed, it'll be easier for me to interrupt.
Okay.
I want you to challenge me.
Okay.
And I only want you to stop speaking if you're motivated to.
Right.
So if you're not motivated, you want to keep talking, keep talking.
Okay.
I'll have to deal with that. That's my job. Yeah?
Okay, great.
Okay, good.
Where do you want me?
Yeah, let's have you stand a little bit here so that the camera can catch my facial expressions.
Okay.
All right,
ready for my story?
Ready.
Here we go.
Tell me.
So Amy, I have to tell you this story,
Okay.
A few weeks ago somebody knocked at the door.
Yeah.
It was very late in the evening,
Really?
and my friend had pleasantly come to surprise me.
Oh, nice.
Couldn't believe it, super happy. Only thing was I had to get up early in the next morning, and of course, when you set your alarm and you're in your pajamas ready to go, I was trying to get to the airport.
Okay.
Thing is, we put the passports on the table.
Right.
So we chat.
Yeah.
In the morning, all in a rush, I grabbed the wrong passport.
No.
Can you believe it? So
Oh,
I was
God.
trying to get to the airport. Then I realised on the train, it was not my passport. Yes, Amy.
Are you telling me you went to the airport with the wrong passport?
Yes.
Oh my God, I have
I
got to
know.
heure the rest of the story. You've never told me this before. So I want to stop here and then debrief. So come on.
Okay.
So a couple of questions, because often the audience is thinking as they're listening, oh my God, Amy did way too many active listening.
Yeah.
So did it feel like too much, too little, or just right?
No, it felt like you were really interested in my story, in fact.
Okay, that's interesting. Because this is often the case, is I might feel like I did too many. You watching might think it is way too many, except it's a different experience for the person speaking.
Yeah.
Because for you, the message is, one, there are micro interruptions to prepare you, so when I say your name, it's less of a shock.
Right.
Though during the story, it's implying, I'm tracking you, keep talking.
Yeah, I felt that you were really interested in what I was saying.
All right, so now the second question is, you didn't get to finish your story.
No.
Do you feel frustrated or annoyed?
No, I didn't, very strangely, because you said my name with such determination. It felt very natural for me to stop and listen to you.
All right, and I'm guessing because I let you know that I want to hear the story later that you're satisfied you'll get
That
to...
also helped.
Okay, good. All right, great.
Yeah.
All right, thanks
Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks.
This is the way you can effectively interrupt people. Show them that you're listening, capture the information, and then move on. In order to move this skill to mastery, you want to practice 3 to 5 minutes a day in low-stress situations. And when you're practicing, what you're going to discover is you'll be busy saying, yeah, I see, right, Jeff. And then Jeff stops. And you're going to look at Jeff, and Jeff's going to look at you, and you're going to think, I have no idea what he just said, because it's rather difficult to do the active listening, yeah, I see, okay, at the same time, and actually listen. Not to worry. Practice in your low-stress moments, and eventually, you're going to be able to do both at the same time. Eventually, you'll be able to use this skill in real one-on-one conversations, over the phone, and face-to-face. You would probably only want to use it in a large group setting if you want to purposely get the attention of the speaker. Those are my tips for today. If you enjoyed this video and want additional ideas on becoming a more powerful communicator, feel free to connect with me on my social media channels, Amy Carroll Coaching, or check out my book, The Ego Tango. Thanks for tuning in, and happy partnering.